Hi, my name is Renee Ahdieh and I'm a writer of books. I just wanted to come on YouTube to sort of talk a little bit about what's been going on over the past few months, and talk a little bit about something that's very near and dear to me right now. So I started a YouTube channel at the beginning of the summer, and I actually had pre-recorded a bunch of videos to throw up on there. Some of them were book related, some of them were makeup related, and I never posted any of them. And I think oh man, I don't know why this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be to talk about this, but whenever I started posting these things on the internet, a lot of stuff was going on in our country and a lot of stuff was going on globally, a lot of stuff that I found extremely disheartening, and I just didn't have the right mindset to be fully engaged in another social media platform, because I found so much social media at the time to be a little bit toxic. It was really, again, very disheartening to go on places like Facebook and see people who, members of my own family, for instance, who maybe didn't share the same value system that I did. And, to try to engage with people, in a civil manner, was getting increasingly more difficult for me. And so I just didn't have the mindset to put what I needed to put into YouTube. So I never posted all those videos. I still want to post them. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I just finished turning in my book. I'm working on the edits right now. That's coming out next October, called The Beautiful. And I've really found this book and writing this book to be so cathartic for me. The main character is probably the most like me of any that I've written before, and that's been freeing and also very scary, because to put something out that's already, any book that you write, any book, any piece of art anybody contributes to the world, there's something so personal about it. And then to take that and go even further with it, I found, again, wonderful, but a little scary. But again, it was super important to me to come back on YouTube and sort of re-engage with this community of people that I really, really love. I'm a huge fan of YouTube. I'm a big fan of makeup videos on YouTube. I love vlogging. It's something that I would really like to share. And so I sort of wanted to re-engage here, but I also wanted to take a minute to talk about something that's very near and dear to me, and that's the voting that's coming up on November 6th. That's next week, actually. I really, really wanted to encourage everyone out there, if you're registered to vote, if you're eligible to vote, which that's another topic completely off topic that we don't need to get into, that again, rage. But if you're eligible to vote, I really, really want to strongly encourage everyone out there to go out and vote. I know everybody has different, political philosophies, and you may not want to vote for the people I would want to vote for, but nonetheless, everybody should go out there and vote. If you're under the age of 18, please encourage your parents, your family members, your loved ones, adults to get out and vote. I know that there are a couple, if it's difficult to get to the polls, I know that Uber and Lyft have put together a little bit of, I guess, free rides or free ride sharing in order to get to the polls. So please do whatever you need to do and get out there and vote. And I know there are a lot of states right now that have early voting available. Please try to find the time. For me, this isn't just, again, it's a civic duty we all have as citizens of a wonderful country, America. I still believe this is a wonderful country, despite, and one of the things that I think inclines me to believe it's a beautiful country is that I can do what I'm doing right now. There are a lot of countries out there that what I'm doing, I could be thrown in jail for, to talk about these sort of things and share it in a wide forum, a worldwide forum. And when I'm looking at the media right now and I'm looking at the coverage of the murder of Jamal Khashoggi, it's just so important that we all exercise our right to freedom of speech and our right to vote. And for me, this is so personal. I'm the daughter of an immigrant. I married into a family of immigrants and refugees. They came over from Iran because they were being persecuted by the government there. And if we have a sort of negative attitude towards refugees and immigrants, which again, if you look back in your genealogies and your ancestries, I doubt, unless you were a Native American, unless you're an American Indian, you weren't here first. Your family came here as immigrants or refugees, and that's something you have to really keep in mind. And then extending that even further, LGBTQIA rights, so important right now. Women's rights, oh my gosh, so important. Hot on the heels of what happened with the Supreme Court, We have got to be sure that we are paying attention to people who may not be as fortunate as we are and may not have the same privileges that we have, not just in our country, but globally. We are a beacon for so many people, and for so many people, we are tastemakers. This country is a tastemaker, and we have to fight back against injustice, and we have to make sure that we are championing the rights of all people from all walks of life. So I know this is sort of a ranty video, and this was a difficult video for me to sort of conceive of and sit down and want to talk, but it matters so much to me. I mean, even beyond my own family members, one of my dearest friends since college, is originally from Puerto Rico. And if you see what's happened to Puerto Rico over the course of the last year, it's been heartbreaking for me. This is a country I've visited a couple of times that now I consider now, her family is my family. And then my other good friend, you may know her, she's Muslim and she's Pakistani. These things are so personal to me. It's no longer about, what I can stand. It's about what everyone can stand. And if there's one among us that's being inflicted with injustice, then we're all being inflicted with injustice. So I wanted to close this out by saying, again, everyone is entitled to your opinion. Whatever you want to say about me in the comments, I don't really care. I always think it's a little bit funny too when people want to engage in a war of words with people who make a living with words, but you do you. But if I see any toxicity towards somebody else or any negativity, any name calling or anything like that, you will be blocked. You're entitled to your opinion. You are not entitled to my platform. So please be kind to each other in the comments. I don't care what you say about me, but do not be cruel to each other. And be respectful of opinions. And please get out there and vote, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your ideology. That is your right. I really want to see a greater voter turnout than we have in the past. I mean, in the past, especially for midterm elections, something like only a quarter of people who are eligible to vote actually show up to vote. That's abysmal. We've got to change this. And so I just wanted to put this out here for everybody's consideration. Thank you for listening to this incredibly long rant. But I'm excited about what the future is going to bring. Truly, I'm excited after feeling very down for a long time. I'm very excited about not just what's happening with the book community, but globally. And I think we can all be a part of, again, the change we need in this world. Okay, thank you so much for this time. I hope everyone is having a great week. Get out there and vote. Thank you.